The simple past tense. The simple past tense is formed by the past simple form. And as we had discussed before, the past simple form is for regular verbs, you add ed to the base form of the verb, and for irregular verbs, there are several different forms they could take. So it's simply a matter of memorizing the form if it's an irregular verb. But we're going to talk about the functions of the past simple or the simple past. The first common function and the most basic function is an action completed before the time of speaking. So basically something that happened in the past. The suspect arrived at 2300 hours. She finished the test 10 minutes ago. A second function of the past simple is when we have what's called reported speech. So you're reporting what someone said, and what they said at the time of saying it was in the present simple. But because you're reporting what was said in the past, you're going to use the past simple. So for example, this is what John said: I am a doctor. And if you were to report what he had said, you would say John said that he was a doctor. A third use of the past simple is the unreal conditional. So put simply, the unreal conditional is something that didn't happen. It's a conditional that did not happen, and you use it when you want to speculate about the present or the future. So it did not happen, but it could potentially happen in the future. If I ever said something like that, she would kill me. So there are two past simple verbs here. The first one is said in the conditional clause, and the second is would in the response clause. The past progressive tense. So let's start off by talking about the form. The past progressive tense is formed by the past tense of the verb to be, so was or were, plus the present participle. If you recall, when we're talking about verb forms, we had mentioned that the form of the verb in itself does not indicate a time period. In generally speaking, so the present participle, for example, although the name is present participle, in itself it does not indicate the present tense. And this is why we can use the present participle in the past progressive tense. Rather, it's the helping verb, was or were, that indicates the tense. And this is why it might be easier to just refer to the present participle as the ing form of the verb, in order not to confuse tense with form. Alright, the first common use of the present progressive tense is an ongoing action in the past. So something that happened for a duration of time in the past. She was working on the report when I saw her this afternoon. She was shopping while I was making dinner. While the suspect was fleeing the crime scene on foot, the victim called 911.